Hello! I feel like I need a theme song. Welcome back to another episode of Art with Miss Maureen. Today we're going to be creating some tie-dye coffee filter art and turning them into mandalas. Here's one of my, put a piece of white paper underneath it so you can see, my tie-dye coffee filter. And here is one that I used marker on and turned it into a mandala. So the supplies that you're going to need today, first of all, protect your tables. Put some newspaper down, put a tablecloth down. Don't do this on the coffee table or the kitchen table without protecting it. You can use a round coffee filter. They work best. If you have the other kind, you can still use them. They just won't be round. They're going to be more like a V shape. You could also just use a regular paper towel. Don't use toilet paper. Don't use up all the toilet paper, please. Just use paper towels or coffee filters. You're also going to need some food coloring. It doesn't matter which type you have. This is the gel food coloring. The regular food coloring works just as fine. Some paper bowls. And all I did was put about a tablespoon of water in with about 2 or 3 drops until I got a nice concentrated color. It's a lot like mixing up your Easter egg dye. So to get started, just take your coffee filter and you're going to fold it in half. Fold it in half again. You can fold it as many times as you want, kind of like when you're making snowflakes. And then I like to get my sleeves pushed up because I know I'm going to drip on myself. So I'm going to just dip in my coffee filter. I like to have a piece of paper nearby that I can put my finished one on because it does have a lot of extra water on it. So it doesn't really matter what color you start with. Those of you that know the color wheel a little bit know that you should try to put colors next to each other that aren't going to make brown. So purple and yellow are across from each other on the color wheel, so they're going to make brown. Complementary colors make brown. But blue and purple mix well. I think I'm going to do the corners red and yellow. You can see how quickly the coffee filter soaks it up. The paper towel is going to soak it up pretty quickly too. Your fingers are going to get a little discolored. That's okay. Where do you have to be? So if you're careful, let these drip in a little bit. You can open this up right away. If you'd rather wait until it dries a little bit, it is a little bit easier, but we're going to open ours up right away and I will reveal it in just a second. Ooh, that's a good one. Oh, that's cool. Check it out. Woohoo! Love it. So you have to let that dry. I don't know how long it's going to take to dry, probably a couple of hours. And when it's dry, you can start to do designs on it. You don't have to do a mandala. A mandala is a circular design that starts in the center. Also called a radial design because it radiates out from the center. It's a kind of a peaceful and meditative type of thing to do, and that may not be a bad thing right now. But you can draw anything on there. You could draw a scene. You could do a landscape on here if you wanted to. You could draw a picture of yourself. I'm just going to do another mandala. So any shape will do in the middle. I'm just going to start with a circle, maybe some zigzags this time. I'm using a permanent marker, but this will also work with really any kind of marker. The paper towel has a little bit more of a texture, so it's going to be a little bit harder to draw on that. But you know what? You can make it work because I'm sure you are learning that lesson very well this week. We just have to make it work. And we can do this. Together, we can do anything, right? So you can see I'm just using some basic shapes and I'm just filling in. Maybe I'll do some little dashed lines, shapes, lines. If you get stuck for ideas, look over and see what your mom's doing. Maybe she has a good idea. Maybe your sister, your brother, maybe even your cat. My cats are in here again. It's nice to have the company, even if it's furry two furry friends with lots of furry paws. I think I'll do a leaf here. I hope everybody's getting outside, getting their dose of vitamin D, enjoying this nice weather that we've been having here in Harrisburg. We are very lucky that the weather is so nice because it does allow us to get outside and not go too crazy. I can come in from the edges too with some designs. Maybe I'll do some half circles all the way around. And you just keep going and going and going and filling in all of these designs until you have your completed mandala like this. You could also save some of these. These are so easy and fun to make that if you save them for later in the week, I'm going to be doing some collage work, and they would be great for that too. So don't forget, don't make these out of toilet paper. I'm really glad you joined me today. Thanks for spending your time. Be kind to each other, enjoy each other, and I will see you again tomorrow on another episode of Art with Miss Maureen. Thanks for checking in.